If you can be a character of a story, who would you be and why? Will you be just an ordinary human being? Or will you choose someone with superpowers? Your imagination is your limit. Hi guys, welcome back to my class. This is Teacher Adam, and here's your weekly dose of English lessons. Fiction was derived from the Latin word fictus, which means to form. As a literary piece, it is considered as prose, which means it does not follow measurements or patterns. It also involves imaginary people, events, and places. Fiction may come in different forms, such as stories, novels, or dramas. It may resemble real-life events and characters, through which social, political, and human-related issues are tackled or at least reflected. There is more to definition that you need to know about this literary classification. So join me today as we learn more about fiction and its elements. The 6 elements of fiction are as follows. First is the setting. This includes where and when the story took place. However, setting gives more than just the geographical location and the date. It also points readers to the historical background and social and cultural conditions of the story. Setting sets the mood of the story too. Imagine if the story took place in a dark, eerie forest. It adds to the mystic feels of the story, or it may also create a sense of danger. Setting also impacts the lives of the characters. For example, if the story took place in Greece during the time when patriarchal privileges are prevalent, you would understand why a young female character doesn't go to school and is trained to be a homemaker. Second are the characters. They are the ones doing the action in the story. They may be a person, an animal, or an inanimate object. There are different types of characters, and these types come in pairs. The first pair is made up of major and minor characters. Major characters play the primary roles in the story. The story revolves around them. Minor characters, on the other hand, are known as supporting characters. They may not be as important as the major characters, but they help drive the story forward. The second pair is made up of the protagonist and the antagonist. The protagonist is a flawed hero or heroine who changes as the story progresses. The antagonist, on the other hand, prevents the protagonist from reaching his or her goal, popularly known as the villain. The third and last pair is made up of round and flat characters. Round characters are considered complex and undergo development, which involves changes. Flat characters are relatively uncomplicated characters who show no change throughout the course of work. Characters may be identified in the following types combined. For example, in the novel The Little Prince, the prince is the main character, a protagonist, and a round character too, while the snake is a minor character, an antagonist, and a flat character. What is important about studying the characters of a fictional story is to observe the following. First is their development, which focuses on the progress of characters and the cause and effect of their choices. Second is their purpose, which refers to the goal of the author and the literal representation of the character. The third element is the plot. It shows how the events in the story unfold. It is very important because the other elements of the story are revealed through it. A separate video will discuss its own set of elements and its types. The next element of fiction is point of view. It comes from the term punctum victus, or point sight, which refers to where your focus is. This is the narrator's position in the description of events. There are different types of point of view, and they are as follows. First person is used when the author knows the character's thoughts, emotions, and experiences. It is considered one-sided, where the author may have motives in hiding details. Because of this POV is considered unreliable. Second person, on the other hand, is where the story is told to you. It is not common in fiction writing, but is mostly used in non-fiction narratives. Third person is specifically classified into types. Limited, where the narrator is outside the character's perspective of the story but can relate to the experiences of the characters. And omniscient, where the narrator has full access to the character's thoughts and feelings. The next element is tone. It is known as the author's attitude towards the subject, the characters, or the readers. How do we discover it? Tone is conveyed through the author's choice of words and point of view. It may change quickly as the story goes from one chapter to the next and rarely stays the same. The tone of a fictional story may be any of the following examples: formal, strict, carefree, casual, reserved, and hesitant. The last element of fiction is theme. It is the central argument the author tries to make the readers understand. It shows values behind a story. It may not be presented directly in a story, but it needs logic to be figured out. Remember, the theme of the story must be in sentence form. For example, we have the movie Finding Nemo. The theme in it is, the love of a parent is incomprehensible. It sometimes goes beyond human strength. Note that all the first 5 elements revolve around the theme. This diagram best represents what I mean. It's now time for us to check how well you understood our lesson for today. Get ready for your homework number 21. Make your own character for a fictional short story. Draw the character and color it to give life to it. Specify the character's descriptions too. The complete instructions for this homework are in Schoology. A document file where you need to attach your work to is uploaded there. For questions, do not hesitate to contact me. It's time for reflection. So before our discussion ends, here's a verse I'd like to share with you. Psalm 25:5. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all day long. Our topic for today is about a form of literature that is based on imagination. This means this kind of story may include people, places, objects, and situations that are not existing in real life. Contrary to it, the word of the Lord is the ultimate source of truth. To survive this life that is full of lies and deceit, we need to be deeply grounded in God's Word, as it contains everything we need to know, from His commandments to His promises and plans. So, make it a habit to read and understand God's holy Word. Praise be to God. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. For questions and clarifications, take note of them for the meantime, and let's talk about them in our live class. Or you may also book a consultation schedule with me. I sincerely hope that you learned something today. See you on my next video. Stay safe and God bless.